Cause I got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know.
Light work.
We're not recording, right?
Oh. Fuck.
Fuck!
We've been recording.
Hey! Hello and welcome to
fanSERVice Podcast. What's up, fandom?
I love that we didn't talk about that.
We never talk about it. We're so good at what we do. That's crazy.
Today's episode is called Battle of the
Collabs.
And we're going to talk about mostly Western artists who are collabing with K-pop artists that we know, love, enjoy, and maybe some that you don't know.
And some that we maybe don't like that much.
Ooh.
Opinions are opinions. We're allowed to have them. We're all adults. We're all human beings with our own thoughts and opinions.
Sure.
So you're allowed to have your own too, but we have ours and they will be honest. Because we believe in honesty.
They will be honest.
They will be honest.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times when we do the English versions of K-pop songs, they aren't necessarily my fave.
No.
And a lot of times when we do collabs, they aren't necessarily my fave.
It's interesting because they've chosen interesting artists to collaborate with. And I know that it has to do with, it's a two-way street. Like, what artists are going to be open to collaborating with a K-pop group or soloist, and it may not be that big of a board of people to choose from. So I understand where it comes from completely, but also I'm like, why do we love DJ Khaled so much? Like, what is
so
that?
much? So much.
And I say that for people here too, because I'm like, I need y'all to stop getting on the DJ Khaled songs. Sometimes they are good, but it's mostly because the artists themselves, not because of him. The songs sound the same, y'all. I'm just being so for real.
Yeah. Also, honorable mention to Anderson .Paak.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson .Paak is on a lot of K-pop artist songs and collabs. We probably won't go into every single one. We are going to talk about mostly Western collabs, but we don't want to spend too much time on Anderson .Paak.
And he is half Korean, which is cool. But yeah, no, but he has a lot of collaborations. He has for a long time. Collaborations really started to pop off in second gen. Mm-hmm. That wasn't really a thing before. Like, you weren't going to hear like So Taiji and like New Kids on the Block. I know they would have loved that, but it wasn't happening. So second gen, you started to have like K-pop really gets footing, and now we know it as what we know it as. Of course. But you had like all those flat ironed dudes and sometimes saying nigga, it was not fun. But they started to really branch out, and the producers started to work with them from not just in Korea. Mm-hmm. And then you started to have like all these Western producers, whether from Europe, America, wherever it may be, popping in to create the music. And then slowly but surely it went from just producers collaborating to actual collaborations, which I think is really nice because it started to show the opening up of things. Right. But I will say it definitely is, they're very of the times. Every single collaboration in K-pop, I will say, does give a footprint to the time frame in which you were in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. The one, Will.i.am?
Yes, the Will.i.am and 2NE1 and CL.
That was like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, the CL with the Black Eyed Peas, what was that dopeness? Now, I remember the Mamas when they performed together, like 2NE1.
Oh, they came to,
yes,
okay, that's cool.
And it was
that's
really cool.
cool.
Will.i.am has always kind of been very well known for going outside of the borders of like Western countries to collaborate with people, which I will appreciate him for.
For sure.
He is a consistent person, including with the music that he makes, and I say that in a nice way. Wouldn't have had like I Got a Feeling and all that good stuff, or Scream and Shout.
You mean my whole 8th grade dance?
Yeah. Yeah. We wouldn't have had all of that time, and we wouldn't have gotten like Fergie doing her little flippy flips without Will.i.am.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Is she okay?
After that national anthem, I can't tell you.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt the most patriotic.
After that, let's play some basketball.
Will.i.am and 2NE1 was like real crazy, and it was very at the time. It was like 2013. Mm. Different times, over 10 years ago. Disgusting. But the Mamas, right? Disgusting. Having him at the Mamas was like a big huge deal. I remember everyone being so excited in the room to have someone who everybody knows on a grand scale around the world. I think they had just done or were about to do the Super Bowl as well. So it was just like a very, very big moment for everybody. Now the song itself is not my favorite. By that I just mean it just gives Like, not that Black Eyed Peas have like such introspective movies. They did. They were very introspective once upon a time. Like, Where's the Love and all that.
Yeah.
Yes, but it very much 2013 and on was like when we started getting the boom boom pow and chicken shack style.
Boom, gotta get that. Yeah.
Which is still hits. We ain't gonna lie, but
For sure.
I will say, like, in terms of the time capsule of like going back and listening to a song that has CL on it, where they're like, "We're dope," and here's why.
Do you have a favorite Black Eyed Peas member?
Apple yeah.
Mine was Taboo. I liked his hair.
I also like Taboo.
You know, Taboo was cool.
And they still release music and they're still touring.
And they still release music.
Yes.
Why is it not on the radio? Is it bad? Aww.
Anyway, speaking of bad songs, so after that, like, there was a transition from producers starting to actually like collaborate where they were on a song with people. So you started to get like a lot more going on, especially with the big threes,
right.
Having like big name people. I will say I used to be a big fan. I've already mentioned this many times of the Wonder Girls. They were under JYP. They had a song with Akon.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I started laughing.
I understand why you started laughing. I do. Smack that all on the floor.
You get so.
Unfortunately, he
He did.
He did. He was a problem.
He did.
He was not very good at being a good person. So, no. Now we know, and this is gonna come up a lot because unfortunately, when you like any form of media or anybody, you're going to discover that they're not going to be perfect, and you're going to end up like later on in time being like, ooh. That was a choice. Like Money, but with Akon by the Wonder Girls. I used to love that song. That was like going to Wet and Wild, getting some lipstick and doing it in my room, listening to the song. I'm aging myself.
Wet
I
and
know.
Wild. At least you didn't say Wet Seal.
No, I did go to Wet Seal too, though, back when I could fit it.
They're still a store?
Yes, they are.
Do I not know anything? I didn't know that.
Are they still a store?
I don't think they are, bro.
They're gone.
They're closing Forever 21. West Seal is not a store. There's no fucking
They said
way.
they closed Charlotte Russe, and I've seen 3.
But in the hood.
That's true.
They're like not even Charlotte Russe. That's a Charlotte Russe, bro.
Charlotte Russe.
That's a shout out Charlotte Russe.
Shout out Charlotte Russe. You get some heels and they break immediately, but they're great. As K-pop started to really like boom, you started to get like bigger names wanting to collaborate. So that's where you got like the Psy and Snoop Dogg and like all these bigger names started to. We're all right. Quick side quest.
Yeah.
The Snoop Dogg collabs in K-pop, I do hate them.
They're all bad.
They're all terrible.
And what's crazy is Snoop Dogg. Like, I don't know what happened, bro. Because I used to really enjoy that little, like, West Coast vibe, chilling, like, whatever. I don't know. And it's not like he stopped smoking weed. Like, I don't know what to blame on the fact that it's, like, not hitting no more. But it's not hitting no more.
I don't know. Something about, like, a lot of the rappers who were so influential in the 90s having this weird transitional time where they, like, had an identity crisis like later in life and then like went back to themselves but then decided to like completely become a sellout is
like right after they all got the liquor brands.
And I'm not gonna lie, it is good, but
you've had the Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, I have. It's quite good. I don't like the Snoop Dogg collabs at all, and it mainly is because of Snoop Dogg, not because of the songs themselves.
Yeah, which is sad because I feel like they do the collabs because they think that it's going to get them more interest in the West, and it ends up being the song that we always like the least.
Yeah.
It's like, no, guys.
Because I didn't hate Bad Decisions by BTS as an actual song. Like, Benny Blanco may not be my favorite producer all the time, but like he doesn't do a bad job producing their songs. No. He did Lock Unlock for J-Hope too, so he's good at doing stuff. I just didn't like Snoop Dogg's part, and it ruined the whole song for me, which is sad because, girl, I'm black. Why is he ruining the song for me?
Why is Snoop Dogg?
No, I'm mad.
Yeah,
so,
that's how I felt with the Nicki Minaj feature too.
Yeah.
On Idol. How do you ruin Idol?
Yeah. It was just the...
What did she go with? Hey.
Let's get Korea. And then it's like, hands in the air. I was like, okay.
We should start an episode like that. Let's get Korea.
What's the panda?
Because also, like, I feel like a lot of these artists will do the collabs as, like, an afterthought, so they don't spend a lot of time on the raps. They don't seem to spend a lot of time, like, caring about the song.
Yeah.
And then they don't even do the music videos or a live performance with them. Like, obviously, you said like Black Eyed Peas and stuff.
Yeah.
But mostly they don't.
They don't. So I'm gonna pivot real quick. Like, real quick. Pivot. We're gonna do a pivot. Because I know we're talking about, like, we're gonna be bouncing back and forth. We're going through our opinions, and we're gonna have, like, strong opinions. But speaking of strong opinions, what's a collab that you really, really liked?
I mean, there's a couple. I really liked Never Play.
Yes.
Never Play. Actually, and I want a real. I know they said there's gonna be a part 2. Great, can't wait. But I want like a video with both of them in it for real.
Yeah.
I need a video with both of them in it for real. I need Megan just doing her shit and RM in the background like, hey, what's so stuck? Like, I need that.
Yeah. I need them to be broken out of their military bonds and break
every chain.
Break every chain. Jericho walls come down. And I really do like the Meg collabs too, if I'm gonna be so for real. For multiple different reasons. Yes, obviously K-pop loves to bring in a rapper for a collab. They also love bringing in a black rapper for a collab. Now I'm saying that because there are other types of rappers they bring in. We're gonna talk about that later. With Meg, something I love about her specifically is that she obviously very much does love multiple different art forms from multiple different places.
Yes, you can tell.
And there's a respect that is very much equally shared through how she collaborates with people. So all of her collaborations, whether they be with the guy from Touchy What's That? Like,
that was great. That song, it was trending for a freaking reason. And also his verse, and that made me listen to his music, but his verse in that song, I feel like, I mean, obviously Megan's a great rapper, but I think she was aware of the fact that it kind of needed something else, because I will say, whereas we're talking about in most of these K-pop songs, the feature is the worst part. Yeah. I feel like his verse in that song is actually the best part. That is the best part, because the way he writes, like, he just, like, it's just the perfect sound.
She does what a collaborator should do with an artist who she knows that her audience is going to be hearing from someone that they've never heard of before. Yes. So she gives them the room and the space to really do what they need to do, and do it well. And they do, like, which is why I do love Never Play. It's why I also love Strategy with Twice, because her vibe, she was definitely the obvious, like, insert into that song, but it helped to create a new vibe for that group, because they always have been like very much the girl next doors, cutesies, whatever. Right. And the song definitely gave them a bit more brightness and color to work with. And I liked it. And then she just kind of slid in there with like an easy flow that made it just a brighter song and more fun to dance to and deal with, which I'm happy for them, because Twice has been somewhat pocketed for a long time.
Now, I will say, I do wish that these producers and I guess the people who are deciding on the collabs had a bit more understanding of like rap music, because if you have a group that has a cutesy concept, there is a rapper who will fit that concept possibly better. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, I feel like from City Girl, I'm talking like very, very, not that Megan isn't feminine, but like very girly, like in the hot pink, like got the back, like that's a girl's girl. Yeah. Like, that's the kind of collab that you should have. But I feel like they don't even know who the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't know who that is. Or Flo Milli. Like, those rappers would be, I'm not saying they'd be better than Megan, but they would fit the brand of the group possibly better. But they only know like a couple people.
It's that, and whether or not we want to be like,
they want to go with the most famous person.
They want to go with the most famous person, but they also like, and being completely honest, I know, like, even with the reception of like the joke with J-Hope doing a collab with Sexy Red has had a certain type of feeling.
Do it, please.
Over there, please do it. We discover who that is and go, ooh. And you're like, oh, we see. There's some stuff there.
Can I tell you? I was on our Instagram, our Instagram for the page, and I always like share content. And I think because of what we do and what we say, they specifically curate a lot of content with K-pop artists and Black people, specifically Black women. Yes. So I was watching a video of like the infamous video of the Butter performance where RM kind of like pushes JK out of the way to be closer to Megan Thee Stallion, right? But in the comments, like when she comes out, first of all, she's in this pink outfit. It's cute. Yeah. She's got boots on. She's got stockings on. Like, she is covered up.
It's giving Sailor Moon. I love it.
It's giving Sailor Moon. She's covered up. But all of the comments were like about the fact that they thought her outfit was ugly or inappropriate, or that she was ugly. Yeah. And I not to make it about that, but I do think it's interesting that they're still pushing this, not the agenda, but pushing pushing the boundaries with that of like, okay,
Yeah.
we're still gonna collab because like collabing with Lotto, like they're like, okay, well that's how you feel.
That's cute.
We're still collabing with black women.
Yeah, like because it's interesting because like the reception versus like a Halsey who
everybody loves Halsey.
They love Halsey, who does have like black ancestry. The point is that she is like white presenting.
Sia ruined fucking what's her face, but y'all don't complain about that shit.
Exactly, because we just talk about it like it never happened. It did happen. It was terrible, guys.
It happened.
On featuring Sia, I hate that fucking song so much. I hate that song with a passion.
Because she just made the chorus bad.
She did. Like, I'm alright, man. Also, what is that? Sia, you can sing. I've heard Chandelier.
You know?
I preached it on YouTube as a child.
I know Jungkook's vocals, he was mad. I know he was mad as hell. He was like, now why in the fuck?
He had to come in and save that shit with that. Like, I'm so sad for him.
He probably heard it went.
Unfortunate, but I will say I cannot discredit the area where certain types of collaboration, especially when it comes to women, who are of color in any way, shape, or form, gets a certain type of reception from people. Even like the TXT and like
Coyle Ray. Okay, now she didn't have clothes on. Can't lie.
She didn't.
When she did that Lollapalooza, girl,
titties were out.
Girl, and I'm happy for her because you got to do that and now you're having a baby. So you know what? You do you, mama. But listen, when they talk about like the respectability stuff and like the space and the hugs and all that kind of stuff, Koi had impressed. I can't lie. She did because her butt was out, her titties was out, it was out.
Everything was out.
It was out.
No, then again, it was also like the summer.
Yeonjun was happy.
Yeonjun was very happy.
He said, okay, play. And what was it? Oh no, that was Coachella. The video of her at Coachella with Jackson Lang where he's like, do you have a boyfriend?
Gosh, yeah.
And she's like, you're crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Speaking of
that.
Speaking of Coachella, another pivot real quick. Speaking of Coachella, can we talk about Sierra and Jackson Lang at Coachella?
Again?
Yes. Yes, we're going to talk about it because that's a perfect example of me, my little 2 cents. I'm going to recommend watching the music video and listen to the song. The song I like. I love that song.
It's a good like.
Do not watch the Coachella performance.
Cause Sierra didn't know she was doing the Coachella performance.
And which is crazy because she's Sierra.
She wasn't aware.
She wasn't aware.
She looked so confused.
She said level up, and I said to what? But all this to say, I just feel like that was a good collaboration that didn't need to go further, in my opinion, than just
yeah. I think he thought she was gonna perform better at Coachella.
I did too.
And I feel like that's how a lot of them feel. Like that must be how they feel when they get the verses from like Snoop Dogg, who's freaking iconic. Yeah. Nicki Minaj, iconic. Like I'm not a barb, but like you gotta put respect on her name. But like they hear them and then they're like.
But part of me wonders, is that on purpose? That they purposefully don't take them seriously and thus don't give collaborations. Because I think that's a whole other xenophobic conversation about the fact that you went, oh cool, like this group wants to collab with me. All right, I'll phone it in. Yeah. But then there are artists who really don't, and most of those artists that don't usually work in some capacity with these groups. Yeah. Whether it be like the BB Rexes, the Troye Sivans, like they write for these groups. They have for a long time. Pick Sweats, like all these artists who have collaborated behind the scenes and then create music and bring them aboard. Right. And it ends up making really great music because I freaking love the Troye Sivan song that has Hyunjin on it. Yeah, me too. It's a gay club anthem. You know, what I thought was actually a really good collab, and I was kind of surprised because I'm not a big 1or8 fan. And I'm not like a Big Sean fan either. Yeah. Like, I mean, I remember Big Sean was popular when I was younger, right? Yeah. So like, I know a lot of his songs, but I don't like seek out his music necessarily. But that collab with 1or8, Kawasaki, that's a good song.
I like that song.
Yeah,
that was a perfect collab where everybody was doing what they needed to do. You know? Yeah. I was like, break the down. It showcased the group. It did what needed to happen, where it was their song. Yeah. But then it gave the room and space for Big Sean to kind of do what he does and what they want. Like, it gave, you wanted Big Sean to be on the song. It wasn't just that you were like, oh, whatever. Let's get a feature. Yeah. Just find a black guy. And that's, which, don't we all? But Kawasaki was a really, really great song that also helped to bring it. Because Big Sean also, if we're going to be so for real, in terms of the conversation outside of the US, he hasn't been a part of that conversation for a minute.
So being able to see him on that song and kind of do his thing was nice as well, because I haven't really been, I mean, we're being force fed a lot of different types of artists right now, but like he is kind of taking a back seat a little bit in the conversations of rappers currently, in the name of like the ones who are being pushed or are on the radio more often.
Okay.
Yes.
So a collab that I actually like and genuinely liked, because I was listening to this collab and I didn't know before I was listening to K-pop.
Yeah.
Angel Part 1 and 2.
Yes.
With NLE Choppa, Jimin, Kodak. Like, that's crazy, because I think it may have been my brother who actually played the song in the car. No, right. I think he was the one who played the song, and I was like, "Oh, this is cute." You know when you do a little sound hound, but like you do it under the, like you do it low key, so you don't want people to know that you don't know the song. Yeah. So I did that, and I saved it, and I really liked the song, and I was like, "Oh, this is such a cute song." Later, once I like started getting into BTS and all that kind of stuff, I was like, "This is getting Chim Chim."
It's from the Fast and Furious soundtrack, which is crazy.
Oh, is it?
And it was like, surprisingly, with as many people as are on that song, because you have like Money Long, Jake, like you have a good amount of people. It's actually a very, very well made song. Most of the Fast and Furious songs have been good since the See You Again. That was a really, really nice collaboration, and in my opinion, they could have given a bit more space to everybody, but I'm just being so real.
Yeah.
Because I want a longer NLE Choppa rap too. But
I love him. If I was a bad bitch, I would fuck me too. Yo, I love him.
I do too.
He's funny.
I think it's hilarious.
Watch him fuck up right after I say that. We're gonna have to
immediately. We're gonna have to but I think that was like a very, very well made collaboration. That if it plays, you wouldn't. It dismantles the perceptions that come from having K-pop artists included and stuff for people, where if you play it for somebody, they're not going to sit there and go, "Oh, this like is weird," and like, why is it? They're gonna go, "This song's just good," and then you're like, "Exactly, you know who this is? Jimin of BTS," and they're like, "What?" And you're like, "Yeah, you should listen to that song." That's what I did with the Namjoon and Erykah Badu with my dad. So speaking of Jake, because he's in that Angel Part 1.
Perfect artist for him to collab with, because that is his vibe.
It is.
That shows that you know your genre and you know the artist that you're asking to be on your song.
Yes, 100%. And like, even so, Jake himself is a songwriter at heart. You know him if you've ever like gone on Instagram ever or TikTok, you've heard that Golden Hour song.
Instagram ever.
I'm just being honest. It's literally been played by everybody on the piano. It's that Golden Hour song. Everybody in K-pop has sang it on their lives. You know it. He has written quite a few songs for different K-pop acts because he's a pop writer. And he wrote EXO by ENHYPEN.
EXO. I wish I had a hand to do that.
Right?
I love that music video.
I love that music video. The outfits are like, it just gives like, "Oh, you're safe with me, baby," and then 2 seconds later they were like, "Bite me." But with that being said, he wrote the song and they chose to do a second version that had him in it. And yes, it is like kind of that whole like English version of the song moment, which usually I don't like better. I still don't like the English phrases better than the original song. But I did really like the collaboration itself, because it gave the voice of the song is with the person who's collaborating with it, and it made it kind of just all fused together in a very nice way. And he does have a really, really good tone to mix with those groups, I think, in my opinion. So I really loved that song a lot. And I hope that he does more with people, because he is a very good writer, actually. I also like the BTS World Collabs a lot. And that entire album was for a game. If you know, you know. That was the one that you had the first Juice World collab, and then you had Zara Larsson. Then you had Dream Glow, and that was with Charlie XCX. I wish I was Brat. I'm not. I don't dislike her. I really do think that she is a very, very good producer and actually really good songwriter for what she does. I do like that song because it was different for them. Yeah, and it felt very like grounded, and when you're collaborating with somebody, you do want to make it so that everyone's voice makes sense with the song, for sure. Which I think in total, if I'm going to speak on like groups, BTS and ENHYPEN, those types of groups are really, really good at doing that with their collaborations, in my opinion. There are a few drops, which we've already spoken on. Yeah. But like most of the time, you're like, oh, this voice makes sense. Even the Halsey ones, like all of those, like it all goes together. Yep. In a nice way.
So, I also feel like a lot of the American not even American, but Western collabs end up being what I hear as like background mall music in my head.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's always you're at a mall or you're somewhere and you're like, oh shit, is this so? Like, what is this? What is this? And one of those is the Red Velvet and Ellie Goulding collab.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of them. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, oh, I'm in Express. And
I'm like, is
that Wendy? And it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's always Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Always Wendy. No, I really like that too, because like that time frame was when it started to really like trickle in the idea of having like your remix done with a K-pop artist or an artist just not the Asian diaspora,
Right?
which was new, because you don't see that ever, if I'm being honest. And they weren't usually, all these collabs that we spoke about earlier are not like included on albums. Like they were like singles or a remix for the K-pop group itself. So having like an Ellie Goulding, and even like later on you had like Dua Lipa and Lady Gaga even putting like Blackpink on their albums, and having like, they were songs on a Lady Gaga album that had Blackpink in it. That's cool. I do like the Dua Lipa song a little bit more than the Lady Gaga one, because I wish I was a Chromatica fan. I am not. I did like Mayhem. But I wasn't a big fan. I will say, in terms of the Blackpink of it all, they've had interesting collaborations. I don't tend to like most of them.
That was very diplomatic.
It was. I think as many issues as I have with Blackpink, and that's more so to do with current things being what they are, I think that what's really interesting about them as a group is that they, in my opinion, don't need to cling so hard to a collab as they do. And it's not that they cling for the fact that they just like, oh, I want Western influence or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, oh, like the song wasn't that much better with that person on it.
Yeah.
And that's the truth with all these groups. We're being so for real.
Wait, okay, not groups, but the Tyla collab that Lisa just did though, I feel like she did need Tyla.
She did need Tyla because it was a song for Tyla.
It's a
Tyla song that Lisa just happened to be on.
It felt more like it was a Tyla song and she was featuring versus.
It's the same thing with the Meg collab that she had though, in my opinion too. Because it just feels like a lot, but it's because unfortunately the negatives of a collab is if either party feels like the back seat in the collab when it's meant to be not that. If you're a featured rapper, usually you probably are going to be the back seat because you're there for one section. One bit. But when it feels like, oh, this is obviously a song to feature this person and it doesn't feel like you added anything to it when it's your song, I feel bad about that. So that's what irked me about a lot of the albums for a lot of the solo works of most of these groups have had sort of issues with that, in my opinion. But that was my issue with the title song, at least.
I mean, she added the cat in the music video. She had that cute kitten. She added that.
Oh, it was cute.
Yeah, so, okay.
That was the same thing with the Doechii song with, Jenny. Because that, give me big face, give me purr, give me meow, give me, that's Doechii.
Yeah.
Now, the song, like, what makes the song sort of eat, it was Doechii. Without question.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't collabed with Doja.
They have. It was Lisa.
Oh.
Yeah. Lisa, Doja, and Ray did a song together.
That doesn't count to me.
No, it doesn't. Not really. But even like with Blackpink, the Cardi B one was also like, out of all their collabs, I actually kind of...
Wait, can Cardi come back and feature on some more K-pop songs, actually? Because she was kind of... Also, like, I love us using Meg, but like, we need some variation.
Yeah, we need more.
She's not the only black woman that exists.
Because Meg's being used because she's willing.
Yeah,
and able,
and I think that's
good at it. And I think that the issue is that a lot of people are not taking them seriously, maybe, and I think that's really unfortunate and sad. But I'm excited for like the Timbaland and Hoshi one for that exact reason, because Timbaland has done a few things with different like Korean leaning artists, whether it be an Eric Nam or whoever. Yeah. And I'm excited to see what he does with like them. And I think they have another collaboration on that new album.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, speaking, you were talking about not taking them seriously, and I was just thinking of like Love Money Fame with DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Because I don't like, and some of these, I think you said earlier, but some of these collabs, it's not even that I don't like the collaboration necessarily. It's that I'm like, out of all of the Western people you could have collabed with, you chose this guy. And like DJ Khaled, as a Palestinian who isn't pro-Palestine, I have no vibes for him.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I do feel like the song was so just tasteless. Like it was just bland. Like it was just empty.
It felt like, I think that a big problem in every industry, but in K-pop that they're currently having, that has been a big conversation piece, is that a lot of the songs are starting to feel like Justin Bieber throwaways. And I mean that to say, it gives like it does though. It feels like that era of the It's Too Late Now to Say Sorries and the whatever, that there's a lot of, because it's pop forward. So Absolutely. You're going to go with what is seen as the go-to pop music. The issue is that this is like the go-to pop music from like around almost 2013.
Yeah.
So in terms of it aging, it's not aging well. But then what happens is you realize it's not aging well. You do age it, and then you end up with like the gnarlies, which I'm not gonna lie, it has grown on me. But it's like you start to realize, oh, it needs to be hyperpop or whatever, and then you get like the Illit types of songs or whatever. Like it starts to shift to kind of go with the times kind of later. Yeah. But unfortunately, a lot of these songs start to feel very bland and kind of not.
We're losing the songwriting.
We're losing it, or we're keeping the songwriting at the same plateaued level, and that should be more.
Yeah, because the artists are getting older, but the depth of what they're saying or the thought behind what they're saying doesn't seem to be maturing with them.
Yeah,
I agree.
And truthfully, like if it was any other person, like would the song be fine and do well? Yeah, whatever. Probably. Yeah. But like 17, one thing that they're very well known for is that they're a large group with a lot of large amounts of talent, and they are also self-produced in nature. So you'd want more, because even their more like catchy songs in nature are still very like nuanced.
It doesn't feel like Woozy also got to be in the room. It doesn't, because it didn't have a 17 sound.
It didn't.
It didn't sound very. There was no meat. And Woozy, he will give you some meat. He will give you a little something.
Also, on the flip side, going back to the idea of like why it's so important when you do see like them being truly integrated in something. DJ Khaled's known for like, he doesn't make. Hot take. He doesn't really make music. I'm being so fucking for real. I know he's a DJ. Sure. He has people on songs who are big, and they do well because you have Wow 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 Thoughts with freaking Rihanna and Bryson Tiller, and you have Jay-Z and Beyonce on this song, you got Drake on this song, you got Kendrick on this song. That's the reason the songs do well. Let's be honest with ourselves. It is not because the sound he's making.
DJ
Khaled! Real music, what? It's another one. We the best! Unfortunately, because of that, my whole take on it is that, well, if all DJ Khaled's albums are collaborations, because that's all it is. Most DJs are, whether you're Diplo, Skrillex, whomever. You got collabs, okay? Stevie Aoki, like all of them.
Stevie Aoki.
Who I love.
Yeah.
But why then is Love Money Fame not on a DJ Khaled album?
Ooh.
That's where my issue is. Because it was on 17s, and that's cute. I love that. But I'm like, it's weird that if you're gonna do a collaboration with all these people, that it wouldn't be on your album.
Jay Park did a collab with Kim Petras, which, now y'all know how I feel about Jay Park.
Do we?
But I will say, you shut up. But I will say, having a openly trans woman feature on your song is a very new take for rappers in general, and also K-pop artists. Yeah. So I do have to give him some flowers with that. Yeah. I'm fair.
Especially with his vibes.
I'm everything. I'm judgmental and I'm fair. Yeah. Lock it, unlock it.
Yeah.
Lock it. I don't even know. It's kind of a hitter. I can't even lie to you.
It's a banger of a song. I wish that she didn't side with like sexual assaulters, but I 100% am also. But you can't just like. we are not going to trump down the amount. Weird word use. We are not going to like pacify the importance of.
That's it.
We are not going to pacify the importance of having a openly trans woman on the song and collaborating with her when you don't really see that a lot in collaborations. That's something that is lacking. Okay, the queerness is lacking. Yes, we have the Halseys. Yes, we have the Megs, who's made it clear that she,
you know,
she's cool. And
we could do more.
Whether you do like a Pink Sweats or a Khalid, like you have certain people who are like queer. And Troye Sivan.
It's gonna be Zero Base One. It's gonna be Zero Base One because no, hold on. Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. There is no way that RuPaul or Todrick Hall would do a verse on a K-pop song that is worse than what Snoop Dogg did. There's no way. I'm so sorry. Even if the rap is kind of whack, it's still gonna be it's gonna be a fucking hitter. It is. It is.
You are correct.
It is. I'm sorry.
I want to be one of the Thai groups.
Oh. Whoa.
I was thinking about like it real fast.
Yes, I love it. We have to show you like it. I forgot.
We're breaking the fourth wall.
You're not real.
You're not really not here.
I forgot.
Hey, we have to show you like it.
He's like a mad.
He is mad. Expect it more for like one of the Thai groups. Like that's what a collab.
They would start it.
They would
start it, and then Korea would be like, "Oh, is that cool?
We should do that.
Is that cool?"
Now I will say they're starting to get into the. I mean, they had it sometimes, but like having the Vogue area of stuff within K-pop has started to like kind of heighten
because you can mix the whacking
and
then
everything. And so I'm hoping that like one of the boy groups really like dives in there and like really takes advantage of it, because I would love that, and I would love to see a collaboration that really like helped to highlight some great
a girl group too. Anybody.
No,
it might help.
Whatever persuasion, do it.
Would it? I can't do that.
Like skin my Asian persuasion.
I got this. Hey, because I'm sexy. Do you like my style? Yeah.
Honestly, I know it's a side note, but we have time. The way in which, like, that thing that you said about Taeyang saying that the Escape album's his favorite album, that's like if someone said that was their favorite Janet album, it would give me the same ick.
Yeah, because what are you talking about?
What is that?
Taeyang saying Escape is his favorite Michael Jackson album is a fucking crime.
It's sending me.
There's a culture war starter. Like, that is how you want to start World War III, Taeyang. That's how you start.
Saying that your favorite Michael Jackson album is This Is It or Escape, and I immediately just turn off. To go back, I'm going to talk about certain songs that I really, really don't like because of multiple factors. Not just... and we're not being all negative here. I'm just being so for real. We're not being negative. We're just being for real. Because I think that even if they are catchy, or even if I have had them on a playlist, I have to be honest about whether or not the collaboration is good. And I'm like, no, it was really unnecessary. It probably did fine and did what you wanted it to do. Doesn't mean that it's a good song. That's all I'm saying. So Ice Cream with Selena Gomez, right? People's issue with it that I think is invalid is the idea of like the song obviously being like a double entendre for sex stuff. I understand that. We're not going to sit here and pretend like they're not talking about sucking dick. It's obviously about that. Capybara could be in the freaking music video all you want. It's about sucking dick. I know that. I can read. The problem is for me that, I mean, I have my opinions on a lot of pop artists in a Western field. Selena Gomez has kind of like coined the idea of like whisper pop. And I don't hate it, if I'm being so for real. I'm not a big Selena Gomez fan. I don't like a lot of her music in general, but I don't hate what she does in her pocket. Yeah. She stays in her pocket.
She does.
I just think that collaboration was unneeded and unnecessary, and didn't add any value to anything. And the song itself was like, okay, like, it's a song, I guess. And it also, like, it was one of those songs that's produced that, like, you could hear every song it used to create the beat in a weird way. Like, it feels like everything's layered too much on top of each other. So that's why it kind of gives me, like, oh. And it won't even be like, oh, I just hate the song. It'll just be like, oh, no, I just am like, oh, this just feels so odd in a way. Like, whereas, like, people can argue that like an SNSD song sounds similar and how it's layered and done, but it feels not as artificial. I wish it was a little better.
Valid. So
Yeah.
other songs of note, Monster X has a song with French Montana called "Who Do You Love."
Yeah. It plays in every mall, like
mall songs,
and it's again one of those songs where people don't know who sings it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was them either.
Which the erasure of the featured artist that is less known kind of sucks all the time. We see that even with like the obviously humongous collab right now,
Bruno Mars,
with Bruno Mars, and the way in which every time I've heard it announced on the radio that they're playing it, they say APT by Bruno Mars, and I get so sad because even though I may not be like streaming and going hard for the Blackpink girls like that, but I do at least appreciate Rosé's way of doing music and how she likes to do it because she's very much a singer-songwriter in nature. I think that it's really, really unfortunate though when she is like featured in the song more than he is.
Yeah.
Is the person who made the song, and if she is completely not a part of the conversation. And there's even times when I've heard it on the radio and they skip right to the Bruno Mars verse. And I'm like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because they don't do that with Die With a Smile because it's Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. So
interesting.
It just makes it unfortunate and sad. And even like seeing the difference of like her collaboration with him versus like when she does other it's very sad and unfortunate. But the erasure of the Asian artist is loud, even though Bruno Mars himself is also Asian. But he's Bruno Mars, so
yeah.
But it makes me very sad because that's how it felt with the Monster X song too. Because even though French Montana is also not like that humongous, people will be like, "Oh, who do you love?" And that sounds like French Montana. It's a French Montana song with somebody, with some pop artist
for sure.
And it's like, but we don't feel the need to like know the names because even when I worked in retail, the Wasted on Me that has BTS in it was playing, and it's a Steve Aoki song. He's just the producer on it and everything. But people were like, "Oh, I think this is like Justin Bieber or somebody," and I'm like, "Oh no, it's definitely BTS." And they're like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Oh no, it is." Like, it is. It's just that you don't see things that way, which is also tells you about like how people perceive all of these groups, all these artists,
right?
Which is really unfortunate too.
Right. Got It Like That with B.I., Destiny Rogers, and Tyler Yahweh.
I like that song.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's a nice groove. It's groove.
I'm a fan of that one.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
There's, what's it called? Seven has a song with Lil' Kim. You know? Well, but there's, what's her face? What did we just listen to with the, Missy Elliott song?
Oh, yes, with G-Dragon.
Like collabs that you're like, what? Collabs that make you go, what?
Now, I will say, the G-Dragon and Missy Elliott song, when it started,
I hated it when it started.
I hated it. And then she got legs.
Yeah.
And the legs started to run.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I like this?
It was very, okay, Ariel.
I was like, do I like
Because at first she was flopping on the shoreline.
She was.
And then kind of.
And she had legs. And then she started doing that, and I was like, ooh, she can sing. And I was like, do I like a G-Dragon song? It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I liked the song. Would I add it to the playlist? Probably not. Would I be at like a K-pop party though? Yeah.
K-pop party. I also like, what's the one with Soulja Boy and...
BT.
You, make you go bit. Yeah, that's a jammer. That one hits the playlist, can't lie. And I feel like I love when we can include Soulja Boy in things.
Yeah.
Because that's just funny.
Soulja Boy, tell him.
Hop up out the bed, turn my swag on, take a look in the mirror, say what's up.
Did you call the number for that one song?
678-999-8212. You know that I miss you. I wanna get with you. I don't know. If I can,
I called it, and it was just like, "Yo, this is Soulja Boy," and I said, "Oh my god!"
Oh, it was like a number.
Yeah.
Oh, that
was real.
Cool. It was a hotline.
It was a hotline.
I know when the hotline blink, I'm all over the
Now,
place.
I will say, it was weird for me to be a 10-year-old being like, "Oh my god, Soulja Boy!" That's so creepy.
I guess that's why they did it.
It is why they did
know,
it.
that's why.
A K-pop group did that recently too. and I just didn't do it because I'm 30.
You're not.
I'm not.
We're not.
We're not.
Yet.
Don't do that to yourself, Adia, in future. Any time. Don't do that to yourself.
Not the self.
Don't age yourself. Even with like the current new projected collaborations, I'm interested and excited to see where they go. I want a bit more interesting choices, and I want them to kind of lean into doing stuff that feels more authentic in nature. I know that, like, obviously these are big companies that want their groups to do well. You're going to choose people who are really popular. They may not even choose them because they actually respect them. And that's unfortunate. Yeah. And that goes both ways as well. They may not choose to collaborate them because they respect them either. Half of them will sit there and not even listen to the artist. Not Pink Panthers. We know that you love K-pop, girl.
I feel like we figured that out though with the AT's work collab, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, and I was actually surprised that they ended up getting that much of a response about having G-Eazy on the song.
Yeah, they did. To the point where they hardly even talked about it.
Yeah. And even in the videos, like, you could see, like, certain members didn't seem as thrilled about it because they already knew that there was some kind of...
Yeah.
So that is interesting. So I do like seeing the fact that it is kind of coming back as something that they are having to contend with.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will inspire them to make better choices in the future with their collabs going forward.
Yeah. And I think, crazy add-in segment that I just thought of off the cuff. Out of all of the English versions of songs that you've heard, where it's a regular thing that they will sometimes create an English version of a song, obviously so that it can have a bit more push Western side of the world, they'll just take their single and make an English version. And usually they are not the favorite for anybody, whether you're a fan of them automatically or not. Like, you were just gonna sit there and be like, I'd rather listen to just like the regular song. But which English version of a song is one that you actually enjoy? I get it.
Pass. Next question.
I get it.
I feel like the English songs, I thought you were going to ask me what English song I like the least.
No, that's another question. But here's the reality. So I think that you already do have an answer because there is a song that is technically going to have a Korean version that you already like the English version of, and that's Loose.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Loose is a good song.
You know why? Because in my head it doesn't have a feature, and I was thinking features. You're right.
Yeah.
I like Loose. I do feel like sometimes I'm not fully sure if it completely fits the In-Hyphen vibe.
No.
So that is what makes me a little tentative.
No. But it's because most of the English songs, if we're going to be so for real, most English songs that are written as English to start are pop songs.
Yeah.
If it's like an English version of a song that was originally Korean and flipped, that's different. But like Loose.
What's your least favorite English edition of a song?
Oof. My least favorite English edition of a song may be I love Wonder Girls. I already talked about it. I talked about it once already in this video. I love them so much. They have a song called Be My Baby.
Okay.
It was a comeback song for them, and it has an English version that isn't terrible. The problem is versus the Korean version, I just am like, I'm always going to want to listen to that Korean version. They just sound better in it.
Okay.
I think that might be my least favorite. In terms of like regular times in like recent years, I don't like the Ice in My Teeth English version.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because what are we talking about?
What's that?
Chocolate when you hit that beat, shake it.
Like which is crazy because it pretty much is a direct
which is
translation. And I was like, no. And especially because the part that hurts me is that like they're good. Like the groups or the songs will be good in some capacity. XMT took me a minute to get on board with.
100%.
The performance was necessary. The performance is necessary. There are much better songs on that album. If you listen to
I feel about Ice on the Teeth the same way I feel about Gnarly low key.
Yeah.
If you perform it, I'm all in. If you just play the song and drunk at a club,
yeah. I'm like, if I'm high on something, and I mean that in like meaning the stuff that you're allowed to take in America and New Jersey, by the way, thank you. If you're high on something and you're at the club, it will be great. We are allowed. We're in New Jersey. Things are legal.
Don't tell them our location.
We talked about it multiple times.
You're right.
In the end, it's not so much that we just like are here to shit on some collabs or whatever. It's a deeper conversation about the fact that everyone deserves a mutual level of respect. Everyone deserves to create music that they want to create. Everyone deserves to create music, even if they don't want to create it, that is good and that they enjoy to do and enjoy to perform. And if you're going to hop on a song and collaborate in any way, shape, or form, I would just hope that there is an equal playing field of like trying.
Yeah, that you want to be there. If you're going to collab, then you want to be there.
You want to be there, and that it shows in the way that it was created, and then it can create amazing songs so that you can create more work and albums and collaborations later on that mean more to you. And
For
that
sure.
can mean something to your fans because it means something to you. Because if it doesn't, that's the reason that the fans are going to be like, nah, I will just skip that song, I guess.
Because we can hear the difference.
Yes. Although I will say, as funny as it is, the alarm clock for my phone is the designer mic drop.
Oh, I love how we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. The fact that I wake up every morning to play in the basketball. Oh. And it is crazy.
And it's really loud, guys.
It's loud as hell. Loud. And I will snooze it consistently.
She does. Adia?
Yes.
Your serve of the week.
My serve of the week. So I am going to choose. Now, we're speaking of collaborations that are mostly from a Western lens. Obviously. My serve of the week is actually going to be something that is not a Western collaboration.
Okay.
Oh, no, it is an Eastern collaboration.
Okay.
Now, it was somewhat recently when we were just doing some research for an episode. Mm-hmm. And we decided to go look up some people. We were talking about Coachella and people who performed and da. And so we started to look up a few people, and we ended up coming across this Thai rapper named F Hero, who has collaborated with Bam Bam from Got 7 and a couple other people.
That was the rabbit hole.
Yes, he's also collaborated with J Park in different ways.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
I love
Speaking of the anti DJ Khaled. Shout out F Hero.
Even though they do look kind of similar.
They do look kind of similar. That's my dude. I love that man. He is spitting in that time.
Yeah.
And so we were just looking at a few things that he has done, and then I decided to just pull out my phone and Google, because I'm from the 2000s. And so you just felt the need to like look up anything that he's ever done, and I stumbled across the fact that he has done a collaboration with Millie, who we had just talked about because she had performed at Coachella before.
She had.
And Changbin from Stray Kids.
Yeah, and what's crazy about this is probably my favorite Changbin verse of all time.
It was amazing.
I am not a fan of Changbin's rapping style. I've said this before, but I do feel like he's very much a K-pop rapper. Mm-hmm. But this was like, oh, maybe he's trying to fit the Stray Kids sound because that's what he started with.
Yeah.
But he can actually rap.
So
that was a cool little like.
Yeah, it changed my perception of him very greatly. I was very, very humbly surprised. Mm-hmm. But Mirror Mirror is the name of the song. It is, it's funny. So in my recommendation of listening to the song, it's gonna be really mirror, 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 mirror. It's fun. It gets you going. But in terms of like the way that the song is like constructed is so pleasantly like mwah. Like I have no notes. I loved everything about it. I love the music video. I love the amount of space that every artist got to get when they were in the song. Yeah. It's on the playlist. It's on the makeup playlist. Every time I do makeup, it is the number one song I put on. It makes me feel so like strong as a woman. I don't know why. I mean, that's what she's talking about in the song. Wow. She's like, I'm fierce. I look wonderful. Like, let's just like look. I was like, yes, you're right. My nails are done. My hair is did.
Her nails are long.
Long. And she's really, really a cool artist. I've started to get into a lot of her songs as well because of that song. And it again gave me more appreciation for Changbin. And I think that's what the magical collab can do.
Yep.
It can make you go, oh, now I get it. Now I see. Let me actually dive deeper into these people, and you do, and then next thing you know, I'm about to sit here and have on my end of year stuff a lot of F Hero and Millie and Changbin.
Yeah.
So thank you for that song. It's amazing.
My serve is a new song. like fairly recent.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know when this is gonna come, but fairly recent.
Yes.
It is a Jackson Wang collab,
Ooh.
actually. Second Jackson Wang collab mentioned in the episode. Ugh, English. It is Buck with Jackson Wang and I don't want to butcher this name. Diljit Dosanjh, and he is a Bollywood star.
Yes.
He's also a musician. He's an actor. I'm very interested by him because I feel like we don't get to see many Punjabi collabs with like Korean art. Well, he's Chinese, but with any K-pop stars in general.
Yeah.
And so that I was like, oh, this is very different. And it's crazy because his sound was a perfect feature for the song.
It was.
Perfect feature for the song. Yeah. And I have to give, again, like we're talking about picking artists who are going to add something to the collaboration. I have to give Jackson Wang some credit because I do feel like you did something completely different than nobody else is doing. And it was relevant. And we know Boy loves to do a bomb-ass music video. Music video was bomb. The fits were bomb. Diljit's fit was bomb. I was just like, okay, valid. So that is Buck. Give me that Buck.
Give me that Buck.
That's my sir.
And I'm happy because a lot of people don't do collaborations, just like how we're talking about the small amount, truthfully, in collaborations that truly the K-pop community gets to have.
Yeah.
Any type of Indian artist, it's even lesser.
Right.
Like, when is the last time? I mean, there's someone who collabed with MIA, even like in K-pop, but like most people aren't collaborating with a lot of Punjabi or South Asian artists in general.
Yeah.
So I was very pleasantly surprised to see that, and also that the song is honestly a banger.
Yeah, that was interesting because I feel like this came out right after there was a little bit of buzz about him at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
I thought he looked great. The theme was Black Dandyism. It wasn't super on theme, but it was also tailored for you. So I'm giving him space there.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as... Anyway, so my serve is Book. And collab with more Southeast Asian artists.
Yes. And Central Asian artists as well, because there are some awesome like Uzbek and amazing artists that I started to like really listen to.
Shout out Uzbekistan.
Yes. Shout out.
Oh, we have a joint serve for this week as well.
Yes, we do. It's the first joint serve.
One of our favorite collabs in general. Ever. To happen. Is Be First and AT's Hush Hush.
Who the hell are you?
AT's.
Who the hell are you?
Be Fast.
Exactly. Hush Hush was a great song. I still do it to this day. So for context, we're filming this right before we're about to go see both artists.
Yeah.
Gasp. We're God's favorite. But we discovered Be First because of AT.
Yes.
Hush Hush came out around the exact same time that we would count as baby ATD in a way, because we had just discovered them a few months before.
For sure.
And then they did a collaboration with Be First, and we were like, oh, Japanese groups. I used to be a J-pop girly. I love it. When I tell you that song is an eatery that I was not prepared for. It gives the full charcuterie board. It gives the first course, second course, third course, aperitif, everything. Aperitif, palate cleanser, all of it. And it's layered. And it has like so much going for it. Amazing.
It's a good use of every member in both groups, which is a hard thing to do. And even for the choreo, I like that. I'm pretty sure at one point for the choreo bit at the end, they were all filming the music videos together. Now I will say, y'all should have told Be First that y'all was finna step out with them fits. Because Be First is in that camel like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And AT's is in this pleather burgundy. I mean, Mother Songa, like
your song.
Your song.
The way in which the stylist sat there and said, I want violence.
I will choose violence.
I will choose violence, and it's going to be the color red.
For one group and one group only.
One group. And they love a coat. I did like it better than the second one they did, which is Royals.
Oh, yeah. That did happen.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. No.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it that much. I did appreciate the production on it. It just didn't feel it didn't give me the same goosebumps that Hush Hush did, to the point where I was like, who are these people? I must know who they are. And because of that, this girl turned to a bestie real quick. It was fast.
When they had me first out to open for them in California,
I was LA.
I was really hopeful that they were going to do Hush Hush, and they didn't. And I'm so sad. I don't know if it's going to be a water bomb or something, but I want a Hush Hush performance.
I want it to.
Hush, hush. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our episode.
Yeah.
I hope you have a new playlist of collabs to listen to, or maybe some that you like, some that you don't like. If we missed some of your favorite collabs, give us a comment, give us a complaint. Cool. You can always like and follow our social media pages. Those will be located below.
Yes.
We have a TikTok, an Instagram, a Twitter or X, whatever, all the things. Please like and leave a review on wherever you are streaming or listening, because we love reviews and we love hearing that you guys are enjoying what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And if you're not,
that's fine too.
Sure.
You're allowed to have your opinion, just like we do with our collabs. But if there's also a collab that you're really looking forward to, that you wish happens, like your dream collaboration between a K-pop artist or any artist at all, just like leave a comment below. I would love to hear some of your choices.
Yeah. Want to know dream collabs?
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah. And I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.